She sat scrolling her feed. A friendly notification popped up, and then the image changed. It was him. The man smiling. The .45 pistol in his hand. He looked into the camera. He said, "I did it, and you'll see why." He clicked go live. The room darkened. A scream echoed, then silence. But what happened next shocked everyone. We're in suburban Cleveland, quiet cul-de-sacs, manicured lawns, the hum of everyday life. Deborah Harder is 32 years old. She works in a children's hospital. Bright smile. Family dinners. A dog named Willow. She lives just 2 blocks from Main Street where traffic hums at dusk. Across town lives the suspect. A man with a short temper. A bad breakup. A dark obsession with being seen. On the evening of September 12th, Deborah logs into social media. Her phone lights her face. Suddenly a notification, live now. She pauses. She watches. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. We post true crime stories every week so you never miss a case. Back to Deborah. The suspect's stream flickers on. He confesses. He talks about her name. He invites viewers in. And he isn't alone. The camera shows the room. A couch. A gun. A wink. What happened next began as voyeurism and ended as horror. Morning sunlight slips through pale curtains, casting soft lines across Deborah Harder's bedroom wall. Her alarm hums at 6:15 a.m., followed by Willow's gentle bark from the hallway, her loyal golden retriever who never misses breakfast. Deborah smiles, stretches, and steps into another ordinary Tuesday. She showers, hums along to a playlist of 90s pop, then pours coffee into her chipped blue mug, the one with a tiny crack near the handle. The city outside is alive but calm. Kids waiting for the school bus, sprinklers ticking over lawns, a mail truck rumbling past. At St. Mary's Children's Hospital, Deborah's co-workers know her as the one who never loses patience. A nurse who always stays a few minutes longer just to make a child laugh. She has that warmth people cling to in hard times. She's saving up for a trip to Colorado next spring. She keeps a photo of the mountains taped inside her locker right next to a post-it that says, "Keep going. You matter." After work, she meets her sister for dinner. They laugh about family stories, old boyfriends, silly arguments. Deborah talks about fixing her backyard fence that weekend. She mentions a man who's been messaging her on Facebook, someone she went to high school with, vaguely familiar. "He's harmless," she says, waving it off. Her sister raises an eyebrow but lets it go. Deborah promises to be careful. She always is. That night, she scrolls her phone before bed, harmless habit. She likes a few posts, shares a video of a puppy rescue, then sees a new friend request. It's him again. Same profile picture, same friendly smile. She hovers over accept. The clock reads 11:48 p.m. outside, wind rustles the trees. Somewhere, a car idles for too long before pulling away. Across town, in a dim apartment filled with glowing monitors, he watches her online activity like a silent movie. Every click, every post, every smile. He's not a stranger anymore, not in his mind. To him, Deborah is the story, the audience, and the ending he's already written. Deborah sets her phone on the nightstand, unaware that her life has already entered his script. The screen fades to black, but his camera just started rolling. Something terrible is coming, and it's already live in his head. It's 9:12 p.m. on a humid Friday night. Deborah has just finished washing dishes, humming softly as Willow curls up near the couch. The neighborhood outside is quiet, porch lights glowing, televisions flickering behind drawn curtains. She sits, scrolling through her phone, pausing on a notification. Live now, Steve P. The name looks familiar. High school. Same guy who'd sent her a friend request days ago. Curiosity wins. She taps. The live stream opens to a shaky camera and dim lighting. A man's face appears pale, sweaty, eyes wide and unblinking. "Hey everyone," he says, voice low and eerie. "Tonight, I'm doing something no one will forget." The comment section floods with emojis and laughter. Some think it's a prank. Others tell him to stop. Deborah frowns, uneasy. She locks her phone, sets it down. Across town, the same man, Steve Patterson, steps out of his car. He still live. The camera trembles as he walks through the shadows, whispering to his audience. "You'll meet her soon," he says. The timestamp blinks red. Hundreds are watching. Some record. Some tag friends. No one calls the police. At 9:27 p.m., Deborah hears a knock. It's soft at first, then firmer. She peers through the peephole. A familiar face. "Steve?" she asks, confused. "What are you doing here?" He smiles, raises his phone. "Just wanted to talk," he says. The red light of the camera lens gleams. "You're live," he whispers. Say hi. The door creaks open halfway. Deborah starts to speak, but he shoves forward. The phone clatters to the floor, still streaming. The camera catches flashes of chaos, a scream, the sound of Willow barking, a struggle, a crash. Then silence. For 13 seconds, the screen shows only a tilted view of the hallway, Deborah's slipper, the corner of a rug, faint breathing. Then he steps back into frame, calm, cold, detached. He looks directly into the lens. "It's done," he says softly. "You all saw it." He lifts the gun, points it at the ceiling, and fires once, not at anyone, just to prove it's real. The screen shakes. The stream ends. Within minutes, viewers flood 911 with calls. Police trace the feed. Sirens wail through the streets. Officers arrive to find Deborah's front door ajar, Willow trembling beside her. The phone still glows, battery dying, video frozen mid-frame. And the world, for the first time, has watched a murder unfold in real time. The live stream spreads faster than police can react. Within minutes, it's shared across Facebook, mirrored on Reddit, uploaded to TikTok. Thousands have seen it before moderators take it down. Detectives from Cleveland's Violent Crimes Unit arrive at Deborah's house just after midnight. Flashing lights reflect off her white picket fence. Forensics moves quietly, marking blood spatter, collecting the fallen phone, bagging it like sacred evidence. On the cracked screen, the final image of the killer's smirk still lingers. Detective Renee Callahan leads the case. A veteran with sharp eyes and a calm voice, she scrolls through the frozen frame. "He wanted an audience," she murmurs. The suspect's account, Steve Patterson Live, is already gone, deleted seconds after the broadcast ended. But it's too late. Digital footprints never vanish completely. The team works through the night. IP trace leads to an abandoned rental on the east side. Inside, ring lights, tripods, and a wall plastered with screenshots of women's Facebook profiles, Deborah's face printed and circled in red. On a desk sits a handwritten list titled "Final Stream." Deborah's name is at the top. Beneath it, a countdown. One word underlined twice: fame. But then, a twist. The DNA from Deborah's home doesn't just match Steve. It links to an unsolved assault 2 years earlier in Pennsylvania. The killer had practiced before. Same MO, different ending. Callahan realizes this wasn't spontaneous rage, it was rehearsed performance. As the manhunt spreads, tips pour in. Sightings in Michigan, then Kentucky. Each turns into a dead end. The suspect's car is found abandoned near a bridge. Inside, his clothes, his phone smashed to pieces, his wallet left open. But his laptop is missing. Detectives suspect he's still recording somewhere. Then, on day 5, a gas station clerk recognizes him. Steve bought food, paid cash, and mentioned the next episode. Surveillance captures him smiling at the camera before walking into the night. That phrase chills investigators. Was he planning to strike again? By week's end, the FBI joins the case. They recover fragments of deleted files from his cloud account, video drafts, test shots, a map of Ohio marked with pins. Each pin a potential target. Each a new nightmare waiting to be told. But then, another live notification appears on Facebook. Same username. Same face. The stream goes live from an unknown location. And once again, the world holds its breath. The second live stream begins at 3:04 a.m., 5 days after Deborah's murder. Thousands join within seconds, some out of fear, others out of grim fascination. The camera shakes as the suspect, Steve Patterson, sits inside a dimly lit motel room. His face is gaunt, eyes hollow. He speaks slowly, almost tenderly. "You all wanted answers," he says. "You watched me do it, now watch me finish it." His voice cracks. Behind him, a wall plastered with clippings, news headlines, screenshots of the comments that called him evil, fake, monster. He smirks. "You made me famous." Before police can trace the feed, Steve takes a deep breath, places the gun on the table, and starts talking about Deborah, how she ignored him in high school, how she looked right through him at a reunion years later. Is delusional, obsessive. His monologue spirals into rage, then despair. He glances off camera, whispering, "It's time." The stream blurs as he reaches for the gun. A single flash. A thud. The screen goes black. By the time officers arrive, the motel door is locked from the inside. Steve is found dead, the phone still recording. On the wall, written in red marker, "Now you'll all remember my name." The video is removed within minutes, but not before fragments leak across the internet. Law enforcement begs users not to share it. Still, copies spread. The damage is irreversible. The trial never happens. Deborah's family sits in a silent courtroom as prosecutors formally close the case. The evidence, the videos, the manifesto, the digital trail confirm what no one wanted to believe. Every moment was staged for attention, for followers, for control. Deborah's sister, Lena Harder, stands outside the courthouse. Cameras flash. She speaks softly. He wanted to be remembered. But so will she for how she lived, not how she died. She launches the Harder Foundation, dedicated to protecting victims of online stalking and reforming Livestream policies. But even after his death, strange accounts surface, anonymous profiles posting phrases Steve once used. Some claim to have footage never released. Detectives warn it could be copycats. Others think someone else helped him. The investigation is closed, but the unease isn't. Because the final words on his stream still echo through the internet. You watched. You're part of it now. The truth, some say, may still be out there, waiting for its next live audience. Steve Patterson's psychology reveals a chilling fusion of narcissism, obsession, and performative sadism. He wasn't just driven to kill, he was driven to broadcast it. His need for validation grew from rejection and isolation, feeding a fantasy where the world finally noticed him. The live stream wasn't just evidence, it was his stage. Every gesture, every word, every pause was scripted for attention. Experts call this digital narcissistic exhibitionism, a growing phenomenon where violent individuals turn crimes into content. Steve's pleasure came from control, not only over Deborah's life, but over millions of viewers who watched in horror. In his mind, their shock was applause. He weaponized the internet's hunger for spectacle, merging violence with visibility. His fixation on Deborah symbolized deeper wounds: rejection, inadequacy, failure. She became a projection of everything he couldn't have. When she didn't reciprocate, he reframed her as the villain in his personal story, the perfect target for his final act of revenge. Psychologically, he exhibited traits of antisocial personality disorder and malignant narcissism, devoid of empathy, incapable of guilt. To him, death wasn't an ending. It was a viral moment. And Deborah's tragedy became his twisted version of immortality. Deborah Harder's story is a reminder of how darkness can hide behind a screen, how one click, one stream, can change everything. She was kind, selfless, alive with purpose. But her life was stolen by someone who saw violence as performance, tragedy as entertainment. And the world watched. We tell these stories not to glorify monsters, but to remember the people they tried to erase. Deborah's name deserves more than a headline, it deserves to be spoken with empathy, not fear. If this story moved you, subscribe to Behind the Crime. We share new cases every week, stories of resilience, justice, and the pursuit of truth. Next time, we're uncovering the coroner who autopsied his own murder victims. So tell us, would you have watched that live stream or turned it off?